Welcome back to the Conrad Blacksmithing Channel. Woo! Heck yeah. Today we give an axe to the Air Force. Today we are making an axe for the Air Force. Stay tuned to see this crazy thing finish. Alright, second heat here, folks. We are going to make a racing style head for these F-15 pilots out here in Mountain Home, Idaho. Gotta support those boys in the air, so we're gonna make them a tribute axe for their bar. And you know, you gotta make it fancy, right? So we're doing a racing style head. It's not gonna be an actual racing axe, but we are gonna make it look pretty snazzy. All right, bag of fire. I don't want this thing getting cold. We switched over to these half-round dies just to get a little bit more work done. After I established the freeform for the billet, just makes it easier to keep everything square with the half-round dies. Flat dies, because it's all big. So we'll kind of just square this off a little bit, and then we'll take one more heat, clean it up completely, and she'll be ready to punch. All right, let's get this billet finished up. I always try to clean up scale on my billet midway, just to make it look better. Okay, that should be okay. I did a thinner billet because we're going for a racing style head, so I always do that on those. And also tall, because they're supposed to be very tall. Gotta have a tall billet to get a 7-inch wide blade. Time. Sometimes my favorite part, sometimes my least favorite part. With skinny tall billets like this, it's always difficult. Disconnected on the sides, so now it's just the front and the back of the eye that I have to get sheared off. Ah, there it goes. There's the plug. There's the eye. That actually went very well. Recently made some new drifts because I was getting sick of my drifts getting stuck, so that's nice. I like this drift. Comes out easy. But we have something to show you later on in the video that would make this process a lot faster, and it will when we get it set up in a new shop. But for now, I am stuck with the press, and the press does really well for what it is. drifted. And the drifts right. Because if you make drifts right, you don't have to hammer them in to go up sizes. They just all fit together really well. Now we're ready to go to the final drift size. And then after that, we will grind off these lugs. And then we can start shaping this thing, making it start looking like a cool axe that it's supposed to be. I'm kind of regretting leaving the lugs on this side. It's making it very difficult to drift this thing straight. There we go. Flatten this out. This is gonna be a good looking axe. So now we'll grind off these lugs and then start shaping the bit. We've started spreading the bit. You can see it's shorter right there than it is up here. That's just natural with these axes. It will correct itself with some time. But yeah, there's a lot of grinding to do on these anyway. So I'm mostly spreading this way because I want a wide bit, and I'll stay doing that. They are not very long axes, so we'll stick it back in the fire, heat it up, and continue. Turned up to a very rich fire because I'm not doing any crazy forging right now. I mainly want to keep this clean because I have to do a lot of grinding on this axe, which means that scale is going to screw everything up. So I don't want a lot of scale. So I'm doing a rich fire that reduces the amount of oxygen in the fire and keeps everything cleaner because it's in contact with oxygen and it forms the iron oxide that's on the surface there that flakes off. And when you have a very lean fire, it gets hot, but also your axes scale up heavily. And they can get a scale that's very thick and very annoying, and when you go to grind it off, you have to grind very deep to get it out. So I want thin scale on this. So now that we have the bevels in, I am going to hand hammer the edge, get some more spread on that, and then we'll grind it, make it look a little better, and we'll be ready to stamp it. Perfect. Okay. Wow. Hand will block me. Now we've got to do some grinding. I'm just going to grind this flat surface right here so we can do the stamps, and then we'll grind the pattern or whatever, the outline of the axe, clean it up, make it look pretty. Looking pretty good. See, we did that really rich fire and got that thin scale that I was talking about, so I didn't have to do much grinding to get this completely clean. Now, I just have some little places right here along the pole that are kind of deeper in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the pole hot. I'm actually gonna upset the pole so it makes the pole thicker, and then I'll be able to grind that off much better. They're not very deep, you can see, it's just a little bit deeper than the surface, but I don't feel like grinding that deeper, so I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna upset that material right there and then grind it back. All right, we're doing the stamps now. I'm just gonna do my stamp here, my small one. USA, of course. And we'll stick S7 under that. 7. Now, we got some special stamps for my Air Force guys out there. Check this out. Woo! Mamacita. Straight from Honick Engraving. Best stamp company I've ever dealt with. Super fast, super good. We got an F-15 right here. And we got the, this is the 389th. That is who we're making this axe for, the 389th. So, what I'm thinking is we'll stick, I don't know if I want to do both on one side or one on each side. Okay, so we're gonna do both on one side here. Now I gotta figure out where I want to stick them. That's what we're doing right there. That looks pretty sweet. I like that. Perfect. Send it. Just don't smash my fingers. Oh yeah, dude. Look at that. Woo! Welcome back. We are finishing up this axe for the 389th Fighter Squadron in Mountain Home, Idaho. So, last week we forged it and did a little bit of grinding, got the stamping done, but as it sat for a whole week and it was not annealed, the S7 cracked on that head. So I had to reforge one and grind it all up because, you know, our boys need the best. Plus, I was able to do a little bit better stamping on this one, just a little bit deeper on that F-15 right there. So this one, I'm much happier with this head. But we will get this finished up this video. I got to do the banana grind to get that all polished up, and then we'll hang it. And yeah, she'll be all done. Stay tuned to see this thing finished. Alright guys, so we have it almost polished up. I'm gonna wait to do the buffing until after the handle's fitted up, just so we don't scratch it or something. I'm gonna do a racing handle on this one because they just look so dang good with a racing style head. Let's go ahead and trace it. These templates are pretty interesting because, as you can see, it's not really a template. It's more of like a stick. I always have to kind of draw in the palm swell by memory. But you know what? It makes all of them unique. So, do this. This will be like a 29, 30-inch handle. And this head will be about 5 pounds. So, it's not going to be a small, little light head. Nobody likes a small head. Alright, we're just going to do hickory on this handle, maybe do some burning on it. I like making stuff that looks cool, but it's got to work as well. And hickory works. Like that. One thing to note on hickory, or pretty much any wood, is grain tension. So you guys see that I take the slices off the edge, off the sides of these handles to get the thickness down so I don't have to grind off so much. Well, sometimes when you do that, if there's still a little bit of moisture or just straight grain tension in a handle, taking off those slices will make it warp. So you're gonna have to watch your handle while you're doing that to see where it's warping, or if it is. And if it is, you're gonna need to adjust your slices. So for example, like if this warped over this way, I would take more off of this side up top and less on the bottom, and way less on this side up top and more on the bottom to straighten it out. And yeah, you just gotta watch that, pay attention. Wood is so weird sometimes, and you really gotta pay attention to it. So, little tip there, let's hang this thing. Disappearing. Just gone. Hey, if they don't shave, they don't leave the shop. But hot dang, would you look at that? I think these Air Force boys are gonna like this.
Yeah, hopefully everyone keeps their limbs with it.
It's gonna be in a bar. Perfect depth on that. Sweet. Now, just get to hanging it. Head all polished up. Handle is fitted perfectly. I'm very happy. I know a lot of guys think that if you do the wedge geometry correctly somehow, they don't come out. Well, that, my friend, is not correct. So I have wedged a many of wedges, and they come out if you don't glue them eventually. Just the wood drying over the years will push them out. It's gonna be one tight handle. Here is the finished F-15 axe. This thing is pretty sweet. I did charred hickory handle on it. This is a forged S7 head. We got an F-15 stamp here with the emblem for the 389th Fighter Squadron in Mountain Home. We will be delivering this to the squadron next week in our video, and we will get a flyover from an F-15, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be pretty dang sweet. So if you guys would like to order an axe, go to conradblacksmithing.com or send me a message, send me an email, whatever. I do custom orders for pretty much anything. You can order one of these if you want, and I will see you next week. We are at the Mountain Home Air Force Base, and we're driving around following Vampire, one of the pilots here. We're about to watch some F-15s go in the air. Pretty sick. We're giving this pretty girl to the Thunderbolts over here. We're gonna go in their bar and hand them this axe. I feel really tense right now because I'm walking on an Air Force base with an axe. I'm sure there's some kind of like thermal imaging system that's watching me right now. But you know what? They asked for it, so they can have it.
This thing is awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
Inside?
Yeah.
This is Shock, by the way, guys. He's the other one that's officer in there.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jonah.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, here she is.
Oh, man. All right, tell us about it.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
So I forged this thing on a video that he filmed first, and the stamps didn't really turn out that great.
Yeah.
And then we let it sit for a week, and the sucker cracked. So I was like, Lane, we got to reforge it. So I reforged it, did everything, and the stamps came out really, really nice.
Yeah.
Because this, it's pretty hard to stamp with that much of an indent. So I did it pretty well that time. I had to make it a little bit thicker, but yeah, it's
How do you
just
make the
hand
stamps?
forged. I don't make them. I call my company and they CNC them out of really hard steel, so it doesn't get screwed up or anything. But
And then what's that handle made out of?
this is hickory, and I did a little bit of charring on it just so it looks cool, you know.
That looks way cool.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yep. Did all the forge it, punch the hole and everything, do the grinding, and then just polish it up and make it sharp. Stick it on the handle.
Yeah.
It's good to go.
Check it out. This thing's got some weight to it.
Yeah, it's 5 pounds.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah, just make sure you put it on the wall and secure.
Yeah, what's the easiest way to hang these things?
Nails.
Okay.
Yeah. Stick a nail like right there, maybe at the bottom of the handle or something like that.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the mirrored finish
Yeah.
on the blade itself.
Yeah, I do those on all of them.
Yeah. You have to make it spark with
Yeah, we have to make it because it gets a little rowdy in here on Fridays.
Just don't put it over the door.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I just don't want it to be accessible to somebody that,
Yeah.
oh, check this out.
Just guillotine trap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Bad news.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, check it
Whatever
out. man.
tradition you guys make it out of this axe, make sure it's safe.
Well, we got a couple stuff for you as well.
Really?
Oh shit. So this one's for you. This is
Oh,
from the squadron.
dang.
So one of our lithos.
Holy smokes.
Everybody signed it for you with our call sign and stuff. So
Awesome.
we hang it up in the shop
crap.
or something.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
Appreciate it.
Wow.
Appreciate you.
Check that
A
out.
couple things for
That's
right of our normal stuff.
Oh,
We
man.
got our standard 1x
Oh, man.
hats, some t-shirts for you, and then some RMOs as well.
Awesome. Shoot, let me set this down. Yeah, no problem. Awesome. Thank you. Did not expect that at all. Thanks for having us out. I really appreciate
Of
it.
course. Yeah, so this is our locker room. I'll see if we can get. How's it going? Hey, we're showing a couple of buddies around. Do you think we could hook them up to like A-tags and voltage usage for them?
yeah.
All the pain, right? For that.
Oh, I
The
see.
full experience,
Does that
yeah.
do some squeezing?
Yeah. So this is the Johemix, the joint helmet mounted tuning system. It's about what, 250K?
Something like that.
250K per helmet. Yeah, so this is our normal day-to-day setup for nights. We're taking off at dusk. A lot of guys, while there's a Johemix visor you can get that's clear, or they'll fly with sunglasses, and then you just take these off the mount itself.
Yeah.
Put it in this bag off to the side, and then when it starts getting dark, we'll just pop these on, leave them up, and then when you're ready to start, actually flying. And we do fly with these on all the time. And you'll just literally just pop these down when they're ready.
Okay.
This will probably be a little big on you, which is to your benefit because it's gonna
Can be a little easier.
it's gonna suck a little bit. The resting G tolerance of any given person is normally 3.5 before you start passing out. Yeah, and then these will go around your leg here. This is the part that's the biggest.
Perfect song for this.
Maybe. Yeah, the song.
So I'm guessing that these just squeeze you and keep the blood up
Exactly.
in your brain.
Yep,
Okay.
Exactly right. This is the harness that you'll wear. This is what attaches you to the seat itself.
Okay.
Throw a vest on over top of it.
Yeah, and then you throw a combat vest with the M9 in the front of it as well, and then you got the helmet and everything else.
Heck yeah.
All right, reach in between your legs. If you can get to,
This thing?
yep. And that has to, yeah. And then do the other side.
There's one more. Wow. Okay.
I think it's cross-connected.
Oh, are you cross?
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you're cross.
I did the wrong one.
There, yeah.
Okay. I felt like it.
That would feel great.
The intent is that if you pass out and you're hanging in the parachute, that you are in a seated position still.
Oh, this will bring you to a seated position.
If it's
Okay.
tight enough, yeah, it should
Yeah.
be.
Oh, it does feel like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be at the bottom of your butt.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Your leg.
So this goes on over
Or under.
or under. I prefer over.
So it's your flight vest.
Yeah. So this is a combat vest. So you'll have a radio in here, knives if you want, or maybe a hatchet, and then a
I think you need a
flashlight,
hatchet.
and then you have your M9 side holster
Well, it's
here.
horizontal.
or horizontal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I prefer a vertical carry, pretty much straight in the middle of my chest, and I prefer to carry with a round in the chamber as well. Of because
course.
I always think if you're gonna eject, the probability of breaking your hand or your arm or something is pretty high. Cool.
Where would you stick a hatchet?
So essentially, you could go vertical here and then put a hatchet underneath right here,
Yeah.
or you can move this one completely, and then most guys will. I've seen guys carry hatchets.
Yeah, like where your left arm is right now. Actually, if they were going out with that vest configuration.
Right here. Yeah. That's the only space left.
So yeah, as light as you could get it is probably the best.
Yeah. Wood handle for sure. Lightest weight.
All right, should we hook them up?
Yeah.
You ready?
All right, so this hose connects to the hose on your G-suit. And you just push it on in. And then
Oop.
and then
Oops.
to undo it, you
Pulled on it
just
too
kind
much.
of break it.
Just like I just did.
Yep, it's connected. So if you face the tester, it'll be a lot easier. And then to disconnect, you can just
Okay.
Just gotta make sure there's
Sweet.
space.
Yeah. Jeez.
we're getting there.
What the heck? You guys just fly like this.
Yeah. So anytime you're turning, This is real billet. So does it max out at 4 Gs? I think when it's fully inflated.
I'm not sure.
I think it's around 4 Gs. Anytime you put more that like it is fully inflated.
Jeez.
All right, there you go.
You're just sitting like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Do your
And
feet
that
fall
was
asleep?
Large on you. That's large on you.
Yeah.
No, they haven't yet. No.
Wow.
But
It's kind of comfy actually. Like you just
Yeah.
kind of let it. It does, but it feels like they're wrapped in pillows.
yeah,
Sit there and play.
yeah. So we
Pilot
call it making
life.
your nest. Yeah.
Hey, you ready to go fly?
Heck yeah, dude. Let's go.
All right.
Dang.
If it helps, you can do it less.
And we'll play pranks on each other, and we used to inflate each other's G suits, like so they go like you're behind time, right? And you come over, you go to get dressed, and the whole thing's just inflated.
That's crazy.
You know, there's one other layer we didn't talk about, only for crossing water.
Oh yeah, the poopy suit.
Yeah.
It's like
I think
what's it, rubber or
Yeah, like a rubberized.
rubberized? It's a wetsuit that is in no way like a normal wetsuit. That's actually nice and fitted. It's just super loose and inconvenient. Yeah, and
That sounds like a nightmare.
yeah.
Gosh.
And then everybody always asks the question like, how do you go to the bathroom?
You just do.
There's a zipper.
Yeah, it's just a plastic bag that has a granular powder in it that when you pee on it, it's like kitty litter.
Yeah.
Where it turns into gel.
Doesn't stink.
Yeah. So every time you go to the bathroom in the jet, I have these ghost feelings, right? Where like starting to pee in the bag, and you're like, is it warm? Am I sitting in a puddle of pee right now? I can't tell.
It's all the little details they don't tell you about for you in the list.
Hopefully it gives you a little bit of insight into what the
Yeah.
day-to-day is.
That's crazy. Just sitting in there, getting hugged all over. Oh yeah. Gosh dang, these guys are nuts. All right guys, thanks for watching. This was a super fun video to make. I hope the guys here at Mountain Home Air Force Base enjoyed the axe. And yeah, if you are a fighter pilot, send me a message. Maybe I can make you a hatchet. I know I'm probably gonna make these guys some hatchets. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the flybys. That was quite a rush. So yeah, had a great time out here at the base and touring the place, seeing these F-15s out here. Thank you guys for your service if you are a service member, and I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you on the next one.